Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey everyone, this is the Loose Cannon, David McPhee, and welcome back to another exciting year of TLSN overtime. And I figured we'd bring in the big guns to start off the season. We got the one and only Cotter head volleyball coach, Nikki Guthrie, joining us. Nikki, so glad to have you joining us.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I know you're on summer break right now. You're kind of enjoying taking it easy, but volleyball season is going to be here before you know it.
Yeah, volleyball season starts beginning of summer. So we did a little bit of preseason even in March, April, and May. And so we have dead week right now. But other than that, there's really not a big break with volleyball during the summer.
Okay. Well, I know, of course, you're the coach for the Cotter Lady Warriors now. Conference this year, are they still going to be in the 2A conference?
We are still in the 2A conference. We are playing quite a different group of schools. Some of our local ones ended up moving up to 3A. So we have some different competition to try out again this year.
Yeah, and I'm going to be really fascinated to see this conference because I believe Yellville, they moved out? Are they still in your conference this year?
They are in 3A. I think our closest school now is Marshall, maybe Alpena. I'm not sure which one's closer, but we're pretty spread out this year.
Okay, so that's going to be interesting to see the new conference, a lot of new schools. Is there anyone in your new conference that's going to be like, hey, that's a team to watch for?
Man, I don't know, because a couple of them are schools that I don't know a whole lot about, which makes me excited and nervous. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. We're coming off of a pretty rough season last year, and we were in an extremely challenging conference last year. So I'm excited to kind of break out of that and no hard feelings, but to get away from the private schools and be in a conference that's only with public schools this year. So I am excited about that.
Okay, so like a lot of the teams like the Huss Halls and all those, they're not going to be playing those teams this year?
So we no longer are in a conference with the Conway private schools that we were with last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's going to be really interesting. You mentioned, last year the team you had, I know you were coach for several years. Then actually, I think, did you step away? Was it for 1 year that you stepped away? And then
yes,
just like the mob, every time you get away, they just pull you right back. So now they brought you back
exactly what happened.
But the team that you have right now, kind of what can we expect from this year's Cotter Lady Warriors squad?
My genuine hope is to have a winning season this year. Like I said, we came off of a really rocky season last year. It was a rebuild year anyway. Me stepping back in, there's just, some different things that change whenever you change hands with coaches. But the girls, I mean, they worked hard and they got a lot of fight in them. So I'm excited for this year. We've made a lot of progress. We've had some camps that we've gone to. We had a camp come to us. We've gone to one. So we're really focusing on some certain things that I think will make us a lot stronger going into next season.
Yeah, because when you were last coach, you had a very, experienced senior heavy squad. And then, of course, you stepped away for a year. So it'll be interesting to see this new crop of talent that you're developing.
I'll tell you what, I mean, we have a lot of girls who are very, very talented. Just trying to find that way to make us work together and let everybody, I don't know, kind of have their ability shine through what's best for the team and kind of make it all work together. So.
Well, we're excited to cover it, and it should be a lot of fun. Hopefully we can get out. I know last year it was tough for us to make it because our football schedule was a little crazy, but should have a little more openings this year. So hopefully we'll get over there to cover you guys again, and it'll be a lot of fun. But kind of tell us a little bit about, your background. How in the world did you get into volleyball?
I started playing volleyball. I think I was in 4th, 5th grade. I played at like a rec league in the town I grew up in. And then full transparency, I did not make the school team for several years whenever I was in middle school. But again, there was a rec league, so I kept playing, and then I moved to Cotter in ninth grade and I decided I wasn't going to play. And Coach Martin happened to be in the office, and him and Coach Bird were both in there. Coach Bird was coaching basketball. They were I was a tall ninth grader, so they were excited. My mom happened to say that I played volleyball, which made Coach Martin excited. They practiced super early in the morning. So I headed over there one day, actually the next day for practice, and haven't looked back since. And so Cotter volleyball has been a pretty big part of my life. Played all 4 years in high school. And then, man, I think I taught 1 year at Cotter and then started coaching there. So it's just been a big part of my life. So.
Well, I know, and you had a lot of success too, a lot of conference championships, state tournament runs, a lot of great moments. And speaking of great moments, out of all the years and teams, what would you say might be your most memorable sports moment so far as a coach?
I feel like there were so many good moments, so many memories. Ashley and I have actually talked about just recently, we were talking about the COVID year and how we had senior night at the beginning of season, and everything was just so up in the air, and every game just felt like the biggest game ever. And that was one of the seasons that we went undefeated. So it was an exciting season anyway, but I feel like we appreciated it more maybe because of just everything being so crazy at that time. So it was kind of one area that life did feel a little bit more normal, I guess. Even if we were wearing masks and the bench was 6 feet apart and all the craziness that came along with that. And then making it to the Final Four that season was just, I don't know, it's incredible. When you look back at pictures, like I just feel like the videos and the pictures, they just don't do it justice. Just being in those moments was pretty special. So.
Well, you mentioned Ashley. Would that be the tougher than a $2 steak?
Yes,
Ashley?
that's her. Yeah.
Okay.
That is my right-hand girl.
Yeah, I enjoyed calling, and like you talked about that senior night. I remember that senior night. We were there live streaming that, and Ashley, I remember she was one that there was one time I think she maybe dislocated, was it her thumb or something? It like
that
popped out, and then she literally just like popped it back in. It's like, put me back in, coach.
Yep. Nope. She dislocated her thumb diving for a ball. She was a setter, toughest setter ever. Took off for it, dislocated her thumb. Candace Lambert's mom came over, relocated it for her. Ashley went back in, and the school kept picking right at Ashley. She ended up dislocating it a second time during that game and put it right back in. And then Kate actually stepped in the way to make sure Ashley didn't take the ball that they were hitting at her. And we ended up winning the game. And yeah, she had dislocated her thumb, played through it. That girl's tough. Toughest girl I know.
Well, I would say that would probably be my most memorable experience covering you guys, because that was just the display of, toughness right there that she showed.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell she was, and every time she would hit the ball, you could just see the pain in her face, but she just handled it like a champ. So
she did.
Is she assisting anything with the volleyball?
Yes, she is working with us, and no, it's been great having her. The girls love her. She's very knowledgeable. And she just comes in and helps out with us, and it's been awesome.
Well, that's cool to have someone that you coached now come back and to help assist you. So that's a pretty neat experience.
That's the biggest coach hack ever. I'm telling you. Yep. It's been great.
Awesome. Well, and we talked a lot about volleyball, but too, I wanted to bring something up because I think I just saw this on Facebook recently. It was an old shot that someone was sharing of I think it was the Ozark Fight League, the OFL. It had a bunch of OFL competitors there, and one of them I saw this last week. Ron Bada, who's now known as Wolverine, and the power slap, I think he's a power slap champion. So in slap fight, and so it was like, because then I saw that picture. I saw your husband, Tyler Guthrie, former MMA champion. So, what do you think about back in the day attending those MMA fights? That was a crazy scene, wasn't it?
What a time to be alive. I would go back to those days in a heartbeat. They were hard at the time. A lot of nights away training and weird diets and all the craziness. But no, it was awesome. I don't remember any of the fights. I swear I blacked out during all of them. My anxiety just got the best of me. I don't know. It was crazy. But no, it was exciting.
Well, I enjoy going and watching them fight because your husband, Tyler, he was a very interesting one because he liked to get punched in the face for some reason.
Yeah, he was, nope. Yeah, I guess I do remember that moment. There was one where he dropped his hands let the guy hit him a couple times, got himself all in the game. I don't know. Just got to be a little crazy for all that, but
Actually, I remember that fight. I think that was at the old Brickyard.
that sounds right to me.
Yeah, I think it was at the Brickyard. He just put his hands down. He's like, come hit me, and the guy hit him like 5 times. So
Yeah.
maybe, I mean, if he likes to get hit in the face, maybe a potential slap fight career coming up, or
Man, I'm not sure he'd like to get slapped, but I don't know.
Well, Nikki, I know you're super busy. It's your summertime. It's a little time off, but I do have a couple rapid fire questions. These are going to be pretty
All right.
intense. Think you're up for it?
All right, let's hear it.
All right. First one. What is the last series that you binge watched?
We are currently binge watching House of the Dragon. Yep. Been doing a lot of reading, not a lot of TV watching, but yeah.
Okay. All right. What is your, it's summertime. What's your favorite thing to do in the summertime?
Really just relax with the boys. Like I said, read, go to the lake, try to go to the pool as much as possible, stay cold, try not to, I don't know, try to beat the heat a little bit.
Well, and speaking of boys, how many boys do you have?
I have 3 of them.
So you have 3 boys, and I mean, so like you're probably also super engaged, full sports, sports mom. I mean, you're probably out at the field and all that kind of stuff all the time, aren't you?
Yes, mostly the basketball court, luckily. So we get to beat the heat that way. But nope, Weston, he just had summer league baseball. So yeah, we are constantly on the go chasing one of those boys somewhere.
So another quick question. I got one more rapid fire, but just bringing that up. So, what is it like as a coach? Because when you coach volleyball, you're in charge, you're in control. What's it like when you're watching it? You're not the coach, someone else is coaching your kids. What's that experience like?
I weirdly enjoy that. I like to be in control. That's a big personality piece for me, but it's kind of nice. The thing I don't like is that I don't get to control my own personal child sometimes in the things that he chooses to do. That boy has a little bit of a monster in him, and it's interesting to see him on the court. It's a little different than the kid that we get off the court. So, but no, it's I don't know. It's a different ball game for sure.
I know we'll be calling his games, hopefully in a couple of years down the road.
I know. Yeah, he'll be in 9th grade this year.
Yeah, so I've been told I need to show up for junior high games. So
yes, no, I think they're looking for a pretty exciting season this year. I'm pretty pumped about that.
Awesome. Well, my last one, this is a tough one. What would be your go-to karaoke song?
Well, when we were just on the cruise, we did I Want It That Way by Backstreet Boys, and it was a pretty no-brainer at the moment, so that's the one I'm going to pick.
Okay. Well, cruise, where'd you go on a cruise to?
We went to the Bahamas over spring break. Awesome. And it was wonderful. Saw that you're about to go on one as well, so that's exciting. Something to look forward to.
Yeah, I'm taking Bethany. She wants to go swim with the dolphins. So
oh no, that's going to be amazing.
Awesome. Well, Nikki, thank you so much for taking a few minutes of your time, and want to thank everyone for joining us here on TLSN Overtime. And we're excited, going to be interviewing a lot of coaches, athletes, all sorts of players all through the season. And then also, hey, it's only 2 months and we're going to be calling ball games. So I got to start knocking the rust off. So thank you so much, Nikki.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll see y'all next time.
See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.